God specifically and clearly condones slavery.
True.
Leviticus 25,
True.
44 to 46.
So this individual says that the Bible supports slavery.
Yeah, really quick. Let's just watch the end of that.
Okay, so is slavery immoral?
Yeah, slavery is immoral.
Here we go. It's how progressive the Bible.
If the slave dies as a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property.
Wow. There's got to be clear that it's okay to beat your slaves as well.
It's the word of God. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property.
All right, it's just good for context. Now let's see what this person has to say.
Slavery, let's check it out. Yep, your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you.
Among us.
And members of their clans born in your country, and they will become your property. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property and can make them slaves for life, but you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly. So on the surface, that looks really bad. However, It
is really bad. You're allowed to beat your slaves as long as you don't kill them. It's bad. Like, there's no defending it. I don't know why... I don't know why religious people are so desperate to defend actual slavery. Like, it's slavery. I don't know what this... like, you're allowed to own a person. And I already know the argument's going to be, yeah, but they're poor. They're going to be like, but they did voluntary. They're poor, and they decided to be slaves. So, like, let's say you had no money to your name in American society today. If I said, I can forgive your debt after 10 years if you just do everything I say, you're near my slave now, and I can beat you and force you to do whatever you want. I want you to do. Would you go like, okay, that's not too bad? Or would you go like, wow, that's still really long? Like, poor people shouldn't be slaves. Which is your choice here? What are you saying there? Are you like, yeah, you know what? You're right. This isn't so bad. Beat the fuck out of me as long as I'm up again and walking in 2 days. Like, that's going to be the argument. It's so boring. It's just too much. There's like a desperate defense of fucking slavery. I don't understand it. It's not that bad. Yes, it is. It is bad to own a person. Just because it's not the same as like chattel slavery, where like the person and their kids are owned forever. And which it might be. I don't know if it's like that. Doesn't mean it's not bad. Like, I don't understand. It's like, that would be like if I was like, yeah, you know, child sex slavery is bad, but it's not as bad as like slavery in America, so it's okay. Like, that's the argument here. Like, what you're saying is fucking unhinged. It's dumb. I just want you to understand.
Let's look at the rest of the Bible for complete context.
Yeah.
Exodus 22, verse 21, do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you were foreign.
Well, they're not a foreigner, they're your slave, so they wouldn't be considered a foreigner anymore. They are now a slave, so these rules aren't going to necessarily apply.
Foreigners in Egypt. Exodus 23, verse 9, do not oppress a foreigner. You yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners because you were foreigners in Egypt.
Right, but they're not foreigners. They're slaves. They're categorized as slaves. So this is like a general rule about foreigners, not about actual people that you own and can beat according to God.
In short, the slavery in the Bible is not the slavery we think of here in America. The slavery...
It's still really bad.
In the Bible is where both parties consented. For example, I could sell my...
You're an idiot. I just want you guys to understand like how dumb you are. I'm sorry, I should be nicer, but it's consensual slavery. There's no such thing as consensual slavery. It is slavery out of desperation. If you're told you have a debt and you're going to die if you don't pay off your debt, you're going to be like, I guess I'm a slave now. It's not consensual. Like, you guys have like this really dumb fuck perspective of what consent is. You guys are dumb. Could you stop with this fucking... Dude, you're like, yeah, slavery is okay. It was consensual. Like, if I told you I'm going to shoot you in the fucking throat, if you don't pay back the debts immediately, or you could be my slave, where I am allowed to beat you, you're probably going to choose to be a slave. Do you feel like you got to make a consensual decision? Probably not. Okay? Probably not. What are you talking about? It's insane. It's fucking nuts.
World Store.
Hey, thank you so much for the sub, brother.
Just resubscribed for 5 months. Please don't shoot me in the throat.
I'll think about it. It's just the mental gymnastics are actually fucking insane. They're insane. It's a justification of slavery. This guy's a fucking, like, come on, dude. Grow up, honestly. Grow up with this dumb fucking bullshit.
Christianity.
This guy's obviously just running defense for, like, religious shit. But, you know, obviously you're very ignorant. But, okay.
Myself to my neighbor, and I would work for them, and in exchange they would give me food, clothing, and shelter, and I could even buy my freedom.
That's how a job works. That's like, you described a job, not slavery. I just want you to know. It's not like, oh, it's just, we're gonna have a little fun thing. Oh, I could buy my autonomy back as a person. Oh my God. That's fucking crazy. Enough of the Bible shit. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.